What's up, everybody? It's your boy, The Stinkler, and New Music Friday was big. 6 different artists that I was interested in, and I'm going to go over all of them. I'm working overtime here, listening to all these albums. I've gotten through 4 out of the 6. I have Offset, and I have Ghostface Killah left to listen to their new albums. But this video, specifically, I'm going to go over Kid Cudi's new album, Free. And I had listened to some of the tracks that he released to kind of tease the album a little bit, and I wasn't too excited about them. I was like, okay, these songs are great. Like Neverland was you know what I mean? Um, so my expectations were a bit low going into this album off of these songs that teased. He teased them, the ones that he teased. So Free is 13 tracks long and 41 minutes long. So it's not that much of a commitment. A lot of the albums released this week were pretty small. This is actually one of the longer ones compared to the other half that I'm gonna review. But expectations are low. I go into this, I cue up Echoes of the Present, which is the first track on the album. And it's just an instrumental. No singing, no voices at all. It's just straight instruments. Again, just an instrumental. It was cool. Probably one of the highlights of this album, if I'm being completely honest. Track 2 is Neverland, and you already know I'm not crazy about this song. When it released, again, wasn't crazy about it. The song feels just a little corny to me. I really don't like the hook a lot to it. And the best way I can describe this to people is that this feels like a song that would be in a bad Netflix film. You know what I mean? Like something joyous happens, or like the Outcasts do something, and I feel like that this song would play. Next is Mr. Miracle, and I think that this is maybe one of the better songs on this project. And I'm very torn between feeling if I like this song or if I think this song is corny. Um, and a lot of this stems from this song feeling like a Midwest song off of their album E3. If you've ever listened to that, this song I feel like could fit that perfectly, and that's why I'm saying it feels corny, because E3's album is kind of corny to me because it's just like, instrumentals get very loud and he's just like very into it, and it's just this is a more poppy album in a way. And the song is very poppy. I don't really vibe with this song though, but do I don't really know. I don't know how I feel about Mr. Miracle, to be honest. But Mr. Miracle kind of transitions into the next track, Opiate. Kind of. It's not a great transition, but it does. The beat kind of transitions a little bit. Um, but this song, it just feels like he's kind of saying nonsense, if I'm being honest. Like he's not really even like saying like full sentences. He's like saying kind of like phrases and words just back to back to make it almost seem like a sentence. I don't know. I don't vibe with this song at all. Next is Deep Diving. I don't like the vibe that this song has at all. That's it. That's all I have for this one. Truman Show gave me hope because I was like, okay, this is a pretty cool title for a song, based off the movie, but do not like the beat. Worst beat on the project as a whole. And there's some points where I feel like it's louder than him, so like you're hearing the beat more than you can even hear Cudi. The energy that this song is giving off is another like bad Netflix show. Like if you can picture that clip of that one Netflix show, and I can't remember the name of it, but like it's in high school. The girl walks up to the other girl and she's like, "Hey, your shirt's stupid and dumb." And then she walks around and it plays like this really like corny music. This is that corny music I feel like that they could play over that. Next is Submarine. It's okay. The beat's really weird. I really do not like the hook. Again, this song just feels corny like the others. And it's just kind of the way that he's wording the lyrics is what I have like come to a conclusion this far in already. Because he's been talking about kind of similar things that he would talk about in like Man on the Moon 1, but it's just the way he's wording them just makes it bad. Next is Ashes, and I don't know, this it doesn't even, again, doesn't feel like he's forming real sentences. Like he starts a sentence and then he just moves on to like what the next sentence might end with. I don't know. It just doesn't sound great lyrically, and I really don't like the hook on this. I don't like the energy that this song is giving off. It's bad. It's a bad song, which is sad to say. Grave is next. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. There's a part where he goes, "Let me take something I can heal," or so, like that. It's like that. Didn't like that part. I don't like the hook on this either. Um, don't like it. This is another. Well, a lot of these songs sounds like they could have been made by Midwest, if I'm being honest, and put on that album E3. Next is Past Life. No, that's all I have to say about this. No, no. Picnic in Paris. It's not an awful song. It's just meh. It's about like being in love and like kind of missing that person in love, but just not great by any means. He doesn't really do anything, I think, like lyrically to make it interesting or separate it from anything, you know, or separate it from other love songs out there, because there are so many songs about love that you really got to try to be creative, and I don't know, this one just felt like a cookie cutter love song. Next is Stargazing, and I don't vibe with this song at all. Surprise, surprise. But here's an example of how bad the lyrics are. We were in a rush, kissing in a tub. Like what? Like what are we talking about, Cuddy? Like this is like, I don't know. It's not a good line at all, in my opinion. And finally, to end the album is Saltwater. And reading from my notes, I'm so over this album, by the way. And he mentions like, I feel like a freak show, which reminds me of like some lyrics off of Man on the Moon Part 2, but he's just doing this in such a way that makes it corny compared to where Man on the Moon 2 was like good, you know what I mean? And yeah, I was just over the album by by this. Um, there is a you know, cool, not cool, but like sweet part at the end of this album, where he kind of like talks about his depression in a way, and how he was able to really overcome it, and how he knows that like people are going to be like supportive of him, and they're happy that he's been able to like better himself and like find happiness again, because he mentions not being able to find it all, which is a sweet part of the song. But it just sucks that this song sucks. It doesn't negate his feelings, but the song sucks. So this was just a bad album in my opinion. This one ruined my drive to want to listen to the last two albums that I was going to listen to for this New Music Friday. Um, this album kind of felt like it was trying to appeal to divorced dads in a way. That was the kind of vibes I was getting. If you listen to this, God rest your soul, but if you listen to this, maybe you can get those vibes that I got. But it also felt like it was trying to be inspirational while also trying to be relatable, and it just felt like it was trying to do too much at one time without really like narrowing down and focusing on making one of those things good. You know what I mean? Like Man on the Moon Part 1 is like trying to be a very relatable album, and I think it works because he really narrows down on that. And there were some inspirational parts in that as well, but he really narrowed in on those things. It doesn't feel like he really narrowed in on those on this one, if I'm being completely honest. And I think lyrically, these songs lack a lot. That department is so tough. It doesn't sound lyrically. It doesn't sound good. The best comparison that I could give this to is that it sounds like he took inspiration from Benson Boone. You know what I mean? Like Moonbeam Ice Cream, Screaming at the Movies, where the fuck he said. Like those are the kind of lyrics that you're hearing in this album. You know what I mean? Like going back to it, we were in a rush, kissing in a tub. It's like, okay, what's? It's just like you're throwing things together. You're not really making good lyrics. You're just throwing shit at a wall, and you're like, okay, I guess this stuck, so I'm gonna have to use it because why not? Um, and the production isn't bad. Like I don't think these beats sound bad besides that one song on Truman Show. Um, but a lot of the production sounds like a Midwest song. I'm not a big Midwest fan. I used to like E3, but now I do not like E3 because I find it to be corny, in my opinion. And this album sounding so similar to E3 makes it also sound corny to me. And this sucks because Insano was a good album. Like, I don't think Kid Cudi's washed by any means. I just don't think he really took a good look at what makes this album, or what can make an album good. And if I have to give this a rating, this is a 1 out of 10. This is not an album I'm ever going to come back to ever. Like, I don't want to listen to any of these songs ever again. Oh my god, I just hit my mic. I don't want to listen to any of these songs ever again. I have no desire to, and this is gonna be a distant memory within a few days. Well, thank you for watching if you made it this far, and maybe you can like the video, maybe subscribe if you want to, and maybe comment. What did you think about this album? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm stupid for not liking this album, or do you think that this album was stupid and nobody should like it or something? I don't know. Anyways, I got more albums to review. Bye bye. Stay stinky.